The 2020 season was a special one for Liberty football.
That'll be a score for C.J. Yarbrough.
Dang, that was a good year.
Kick was blocked and Liberty's gonna win it.
That was a really good year.
But while the Flames were rolling to a 10-1 record and a bowl win, all was not smooth sailing for wide receiver C.J. Yarbrough. He would battle a shoulder injury throughout the season, while also experiencing heartbreak.
I lost my grandmother that season, and it was right after the Syracuse game. And my grandmother was like my person. Like, that was my lady. And like, she raised me in a way that was rough. That was mentally, I'll admit it now. I probably wouldn't have admitted it then, but I was down in the dumps. I was down. Like, it was bad.
So much so that when the 2020 season concluded, a thought crept into CJ's mind that would surprise even him.
What if I didn't play football next year? It was just a thought. And then I kind of said it out loud. I was like, what if I don't play football next year? And so I typed up the message and I told Coach Harris, like, I've decided not to come back in the spring for the next football season. That in itself was very difficult because I played football my whole life. Football is all I've done. Doing that and then having that freedom was like, well, what do I do now?
What he did was pursue something that was close to both he and his family's heart.
I've had a lot of military personnel in my family. Like my granddad, he's a Purple Heart veteran. I have a cousin right now, Courtney, he's in the Army. Military's in my family. So I started doing ROTC, and way different than football. Still found that same like brotherhood in a sense, because obviously everybody is trying to help each other. It kind of replaced that emptiness of not being in football. And not only that, but I truly loved military. It helped me mature a lot. I was up every morning at 4:30 and getting a devotional in, going to run, work out, lift. In that aspect, it helped me grow a lot.
And it was also during this time that CJ would begin to grow spiritually.
I grew up going to church and stuff like that, but I was in church, but I wasn't in church. Like, you can be there, but not listen and not take in anything. I hate to say it, but that's kind of what it was for me growing up. It was time for me to change how I live, change how I think, how I do things.
CJ would get baptized on July 11th of 2021. He experienced a new sense of purpose, a new perspective, which started him thinking about an old passion. And not long after, Liberty wide receivers coach Maurice Harris reached out.
He would always just call and check on me, see how I'm doing, see how my family's doing. And he asked me, he was like, "You miss football?" And I was like, yeah, a little bit.
I was missing him, you know what I mean? So it was from that perspective. So I asked him, did he miss it? And he said he did. I said, well, shoot, man, come on back. Let's see how this thing works out.
And just like that, the wheels were in motion.
I had to go dig out my cleats. They were at the bottom of this tote that I had put all my stuff in, and it was kind of like a leave alone tote. And so I went and got my cleats out, and I went to the field, and I ran a route, and it had been, well over a year. And I was like, oh man, I got some work to do.
Yarbrough would rejoin the Flames prior to this season, but this time, football wasn't the focus.
I was playing for the Lord.
His time away has given him a new mission.
While I am here to enjoy football and be the best player that I can be on that team, I'm here for a bigger purpose, and that's to spread the word of Jesus. I started praying about it. I was like, God, just use me how you want, not how I want, because it's not by my will, but by yours.
Now, in addition to making plays on the field,
Wow, what a catch by C.J. Yarbrough.
Another purpose or another path for you to take.
you can find CJ making a difference as a spiritual leader within the team.
If you're standing on his word, then you know okay, this is the path where I need to take.
Stepping away from the game has allowed CJ to now step into a new role, one that can have an eternal impact.
Not worried about a stat, not worried about a catch. I'm not worried about like how many of those that I can get, because I know at the end of the day, 10 years from now, you're not gonna remember that. But 10 years from now, somebody in the locker room might remember that I talked to him about Jesus. you might get a phone call. Hey, CJ, you remember? Yeah, I do. And that for me, oh my, that's what I'm in it for.